All right. Welcome to the class. Thank you for coming. I'm your teacher today. It's the retired toxic guy that you all know. And this is the one-on-one class. You clicked on Handball for Dummies. So I'm going to assume you're a dummy. This probably means you're a D player. What is that? What's a D player? Oh, a D player. That probably means you play like doo-doo. Probably means you're a dumpster player. You probably play disgusting in the bad way. But don't worry. That's why this course is here. I'm going to be teaching you how to become a T player. What's that? These are the really good players. I'm talking about, you got Tavo, you got Tywin, talking about Timbo. You could probably be as good as Toby. Oh, or probably even as good as me, Tony. Now, tune into this course and you're going to learn some tips and tricks on how to become a T player. Start as a D player. I'm going to make you a T player. That's right. Follow me on this DMT trip. Alright, so first of all, let's talk about types of swings. This is the real basic stuff for you dummies. So what are the types of swings? This is very fundamentals. Start with the fundamentals. There's the overhand. Now some of you dummies don't even know what an overhand is, so I'll give you a little drawing right here. Now overhand is pretty much any ball that's coming to you over your shoulder. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're tall or you're short. It doesn't matter if you're skinny or you're fat. It doesn't matter if you got a dick between your legs or a dick up your ass. If a ball's coming to your shoulder or above, that's an overhand. And if you're going to tell me otherwise, then diule lomo, okay? Alright, number 2. Shit. What the fuck? Number 2. We got the side arm. Or just to be consistent, we could say side hand, don't matter. Now obviously it's the same thing except different height. So that's when the ball comes below your shoulder to your ribs, maybe down to your hips. Shit. Yeah, maybe somewhere around here. Now this is different. You probably don't do an overhand, you do a sidearm swing. Now it's just a different height of the ball, but using your body, everybody's body works the same way. Your arm extends out your shoulder. It's a different type of swing. Where the fuck is the eraser? There we go. What the fuck is this? So, if you're an expert like me, you've probably done these sidearms. Probably look a little something like fuck. something like that. Now number 3, underhand. That's when the ball comes below your hip. And this is all obvious shit. You're probably thinking, Tony, everybody knows this shit. You're probably dumb as hell if you don't. Well, this is the course for dummies. You a dummy. That's why you're here. You clicked on the dummy course. So what does this look like? Let me show you. What the fuck is the eraser? Alright. Probably gotta bend your legs for this one. Let me show you bending your legs. Whoop-ha. That's the underhand. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, I knew about all this shit. Overhand, sidearm, underhand. I just swing at it. It don't make no difference. It does make a difference. The difference is the height. So when a ball comes above your shoulder, you have to swing overhand. Ball comes in between, you have to swing sidearm. Ball comes below your hips, you usually swing underhand, typically. Now you can jump, you can bend down, and you could hit a ball down here with a sidearm. Sure you can. I'm talking about generally, this is what you do. And that's what makes the height, is what makes the 3 types of swings. Just based on human body. Moving on, let's talk about the types, the best shots. The best types of shots. Now, of course, you got the roller. That's the top dog. But I don't count this one, because no one practices rollers. You can't guarantee a roller. I don't count it. Top dog, best shot, is the line or angle shots. And you might say, Tony, what about killers? Killers are really nice. Everybody goes for killers. Yeah, but that's what makes you a dummy. You can ask any of the really, really good players. They'll tell you angle shots are better. Now, why is that? If you hit an angle shot and it's really nice, the opponent can't even reach it. Kills and rollers you don't have a chance to pick it up. But you can reach these. The killers and the rollers, you can probably reach them. Then why do they score so many points? Angle shots don't do anything. Now, on your way to becoming a T player, you're going to see, as you get better and better, and your opponents get better and better, angle shots actually score more points. You can get really good at kills, but the best players still pick them up. If you get really good at angles, it's going to be hard to reach and hard to return. I'll go more into that later. Let's go to number 3. I call these the by the body. By the body shots. Now you probably watched the handball school by Taiwan. He keeps talking about use your body. Now, body shots. Let's just draw a guy who swung at the ball. So he just swung at the ball. And when the ball reaches back to the back of the court, it lands right by his body. This is why Taiwan says use your body. These are really good shots because the opponent has to reach around your body to get the ball. Really good examples are in between the legs, right by your hip, right by your leg. All these shots use your body, and the opponent is either unable to see the ball or unable to reach the ball because of your stance. Now, all you dummies, I recently had a little argument in the chat. All you dummies might think I'm talking about hitting it to within your body. That's an illegal shot. This is called moving. You have to move out the way. And once you move during your opponent's swing, that's an illegal move. Now, if you don't move, that ball touches you and you lose the round. So this is not a good shot. My argument was, in the chat, these are really good shots. Body shots right by the body. These shots. The ones by the body. This shot is a block shot. That's garbage. Now, it's part of the game. It happens all the time. My argument was, it happens so often, the professional blockers, James, Adam, and Alvin, hit to the body all the time, and they move all the time, which is fine by me, but they try to score points off that. Say you called it late. That's not a call. I didn't move. Or you couldn't swing at it. These guys, I'm telling you, these guys trying to score points off moving, illegal moving, instead of playing the goddamn sport. Handball. This is not handball. Let me give you guys some history. Let me show you guys a little something. No, Tony. Right? What you say? What you say, boy? God damn. Okay, so that shot hit right here. Illegal move. He doesn't make it happen. And it touches him. And he's scoring points. Okay. Let's get on with it. Ah, fuck. God damn it. Number 4. We got the jam. Jelly jam shots. And number 5, I'm going to put your good old lob shots. Now, lob shots I put last. They're good shots. These are the best shots in the game. Lob shots. You can tell the difference between all these shots. Lob shots are defensive. You don't score too many points off these. But they're really good shots because they hit the back line. And a lot of times people aren't covering the back line. And it's good. You can see in the game Taiwan broke down. It's good to reset for defense. collect yourself. Now lob shots, they actually do score a lot of points in these dummy games, these D-player level. Because ain't nobody want to go back. Ain't nobody want to back up and catch that shot. They just want to play the game. So lob shots end up scoring all the points. Anyway, let's get back to jam shots. Jam shots, I have number 4. And this is really good. You can score a lot of points if you got a lot of power. And the players with a lot of power like to abuse this. Of course, there are better shots in the game. But jam shots, I can talk about in my little next slide. Okay. So you can see 1 to 5 best shots in the game. Now, it's a little different for doubles. Doubles, name of the game is positioning. So, the body shots, that's how you win all the points. Because there's 2 bodies on the court. You might think doubles, you got 2 people covering the court. It's way easier. You can't let any balls go. So that's why angle shots aren't that good. Kill shots aren't that good. Because 2 people covering the court. No ball. You're not letting any balls down. The main goal is using all those 4 people on the court. You gotta vie for position. That's when body shots are the best. Of course, you do it with a combination. Lob shots are really good in doubles, even though it's the last one here, because there's much more dynamic with front of the court, back of the court. The serving team is in front, so it's very effective if you lob them because they can't cover the back line. The receiving team, much easier to kill them in doubles because they're in the back, and it's much harder to get in the front with 2 bodies blocking you. But anyway, let's get back and talk about some jam shots. Now, why are jam shots so good? Here we have your typical court. And I'm gonna draw you a typical bounce. Let's say you hit it to the wall. Hits right here. And it bounces. So that's your typical bounce. Now, every single bounce, if you don't hit it like a man, it bounces like this. And there's different parts of the bounce that you can attack the ball. You can hit it on the fly, right here. You can underhand it before it bounces. You can underhand it before it bounces, after it bounces. You can take it and attack it with an overhand coming up. You can side hand it. Or you can wait till it drops. A lot of players, a lot of snipers, you know, that one guy, that guy who does the backflips, right? He likes to go in the back and snipe. Wait for it to drop. Bam. Get your corner. Jam shots, you don't have this trajectory. Let's say someone jams the ball right here. The objective, a real good jam shot, bounces before the long line. Obviously, you don't want it to go out, but you can see it doesn't bounce at all. The trajectory, hold up. The trajectory is very straight, linear. So you don't give your opponent the option to take it at any of those points in your bounce. They can take it here, they can take it here, 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 here. They have all the options if you don't hit it like a real man. If you jam it, they only have one option. They're standing right here, and if it they have to take it right here. They have no other option because it's going to bounce behind them and leave the court. They can run up, they can run back, try to take it here or here, but you have limited options. Now jam shots, I say I'm a player with pretty good power. I like to use jam shots. It's effective because you can choose what type of swing your opponent's going to do. So right here, you got to do a side swing. If I jam it here, opponent got to do overhand. Jam it here, opponent got to do underhand. So obviously the less power you have, the more options your opponent has. It's going to be slower, and your opponent can react and move and set up their swing. The more power, the harder it is for them to return, but also the harder it is for you to aim. So the best shots, they don't bounce at all, and they're powerful, but they're very hard to hit where you want it to go. It's very hard to practice that. So that's why jam shots are so good. Now let me talk about choosing to return the ball. How to return the ball. Very important. We'll talk more about this little curve. So let's draw that typical curve again. Okay. So this is a tribute to my girl Vicky. You know Vicky always likes to get the ball after the second bounce. She always wait right back here and hit the ball as it's coming down to the second bounce. Now this generally is a very bad move because you're all the way in the back and you've given your opponent so much time to watch or move wherever he wants to. So luckily Vicky is very good at doing good returns. Vicky is an expert at lob shots. She'll lob it back away from you. If you're over here, she'll probably lob it over here. If you're on the left side, she'll probably lob it on the right. And she'll never lob it to your main hand. She'll never set herself up. You gotta be paying attention to these things. So obviously the best shots, how you want to swing it, the best angles, the best height, in the end it's all to make it so your opponent can't get the ball. Name of the game is that you don't return a setup, because then your opponent has a chance for a killer or an angle, a killer angle, or a body shot, and they're going to make you not able to reach the ball. So Vicky shots will always be, you realize she's always paying attention to where her opponent is strongest. So let's say I'm right here. I got a right hand. She don't want to return it right there. That's the setup. That's a setup spot. Now, let's go back to the heights. Certain people just through human body and practice, what happens is they get very good at one of these, or maybe two of these, but you never specialize in all three. Let's say I'm very good at sidearm. Your intention, if you have me as your opponent, is not to hit it to this height. because I'm gonna use my nice sidearm, and you're probably not gonna be able to get it. So, name of the game is to hit it where I'm the least dangerous. Hit it to me in this area or this area. Vicky's really good at doing that. Now I'm gonna bash on my boy, Alvin. Now Alvin's always scared. He's saying, "Oh, these players are too good. The Lilies are too good. I can't do nothing against them." But he always gives me trouble. So I'm thinking maybe it's a mental thing. Maybe he knows how I play. He knows what type of shots I do, what kind of plan I'm going for, and then he fucks me up. He hits me in places I can't reach. Against the Lilies, I think it's a mental thing. Maybe he's like, I'm a D player. I'm a dummy. I can't beat Lily. She's too good. Lily, she be killing all these guys. I can't do nothing against her. And then he hits it like he hits it like a little bitch, not like a real man. And obviously, if you hit it, you lob it right to the center of the court, and it drops right there. That's a setup shot. He's setting them all up. So I think it might be a mental block if he experiments with different shots, tries different things, tries to figure out Lily's weakness, tries to figure out why he's getting attacked from that shot, tries different ones. Then eventually he figure out how to make her uncomfortable like he gets me. Alright. Anyway, let me talk about the shots Alvin hits when he's not hitting like a real man. He's always on support side. And as a service, you should be attacking the ball. But once it comes to him, Alvin doesn't really have any good angles, any killers. The name of the game is to keep the advantage when you're a server. But Alvin, it doesn't do any of the best shots. He hits it, lob, right here, right down to the middle. Simple trajectory, no angle, no killer, no roller. And in doubles, when I play with him, what he just did is what I like to call a please ram me up the ass shot. So the opponents, they walk up, they see Alvin doing this dumbest shit, this goofy ass shit, and it's checkmate. They have all easy jam shot. If I was back here, I would step right here, block him off, and do a jam shot down the middle. It's checkmate. Yeah, you gotta work on your shots, guys. Don't do this dumb shit. Alright. Moving on. Now I wanna bring up I wanna talk about the DMT. The dirty money trick shots. These are special types of shots. Not in anything that I mentioned. You got the cut. You got the slice. You got the chop. You got the whip. Now these shots, they're all about spin. And spin is in every type of sport. That's when the ball rotates. So, if you dummies don't understand this, imagine you have a globe. Now, of course, when you have a globe, you rotate it. You make it spin. If you tap it on the left, it'll spin to the left. Push it on the right, it'll spin to the right. Same idea. Same idea as these trick shots in handball. You have a handball, of course it's not just left and right. It can spin in any direction. Any direction. And you don't have to hit it on the left to make it spin left. If you go from right to left, if you hit it right here and you swipe it right to left, that's a spin to the left. Now, why do I bring this up? These aren't normal shots. These are trick shots, and it's very different. And I'm dedicating this section to my boy Kevin Quang-a-lang. So Kevin, one time, one of these days, we were playing doubles at Lil Crafty with my man Rome. It was me over here. You got Kevin boy over here. And Rome started doing his trick shot serve. Whoop. And it was going spinning really far right. And Kevin missed it 5 times in a row. And after the game he said, Tony, I don't know how to get these fucking serves. How do you get this trick shot shit? And I was telling him, he's not playing with any of Kevin's weaknesses on hitting the ball, any heights that Kevin can't reach. Nah, none of that. He's just hitting Kevin in his weakness to perceive the bounce. So I told Kevin, number one, you gotta watch how he's hitting the ball and anticipate. The best players, I told Kevin, I already knew where the ball was gonna bounce. When Romy hits that serve, he swipes it. He swipes it right here. All down the right side of the ball. He hits it right here. Right here. His fingers all up on the right side of the ball. And then he lifts his arm. Let me draw you guys a picture of Romy. He a little hunch over like this. He got his hand right here. And he got his feet like that. Now the ball is right here. So he starts his hand very close to the core and he swipes the ball on the right side. Now notice his finger's gonna hit right here and he carries his hand all the way up. His hand right there and the ball goes whoop. It's a floater. A spinny floater. Now, what do you think? How do you think the ball is gonna bounce if that happens? Maybe you're a dummy like Kevin. You don't know. Well, his hand is going left to right. It's spinning right. It's spinning to the right. It's gonna cut right, spin to the right, and his hand is going bottom to top. That's what's making the float. You're gonna have to judge yourself how much he carries it up and how much he spins it up. So it's spinning up and it's spinning left to right. What the hell does all this mean? I'm a dummy, I don't know. Well, when the ball spins, if he hits it, it spins, hits the wall, it's gonna bounce a little bit weird on the way down. And then it's gonna bounce again. And it's gonna bounce a little bit weird because of the spin. So there's 2 different change in trajectory. It's not gonna be a normal bounce. So on the way to the ball, once it bounces, it's going to go a little bit higher, a little bit more to the right. Whoop. When it bounces on the floor, it's going to go a little bit to the right. Make sense? No? Well, every time it touches the surface and it's spinning, it's going to catch. It's going to catch and it's going to ride. So that's why it goes a little higher, spinning to the right. And it's going to spin, it's going to move to the right. So let's say you're on the court. It's not in this angle, but let's say you're looking directly at the wall with me. The ball comes straight to you. Bounce, comes straight to you. Now if there's a spin to the right, obviously, if it's spinning, instead of bouncing directly to you, it's going to bounce to the right. And that's what I was telling Kevin. He should expect it every time, just by watching how Romy hit it, that it's going to bounce to the right a little bit. So he should have his hand here, 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 ready to catch the ball. And Kevin was like, well, I don't know if it's going to go to the right. I don't understand how he's hitting it. So if you have trouble watching how the enemy is swiping the ball, then you can watch how it bounces and try to react to it. Instead of watching the enemy, you see the ball moving to the right and you catch it. You just stick your hand out there, reflex. So maybe he catches you the first time, but if he does the same serve a second time, you should just assume that it's going to go to the right because the first one did, and just have your hand right here. Now the big problem with Kevin is he was trying to full swing this. Trick shots, if you're not confident in where the ball is traveling, don't go for a full swing. You can just stick your hand out there, tap it back, get it back to the wall. I don't know where the ball's going, I just want to get it back to the wall. Don't be greedy with a full swing, just get it back to the wall. And once, let's say the first serve he gets you don't know how he's hitting it. The second serve, stick your hand out to the right where you thought he hit the first serve. The third serve, if you do that, maybe you tap it back, it's a really bad shot, you didn't hit it like a man, he kills you. The third time, you have muscle memory. You got the ball back to the wall. It wasn't a good return, but you got the ball back to the wall. Do the same thing, but this time, with that muscle memory, try to aim it now. And that's how you get it. That's how you learn to return trick shots or any type of shot you don't understand. Once you get that muscle memory, try to aim it to where your opponent isn't set up, isn't going to kill it. Yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for coming to my class. I hope you all hit the ball where the opponent can't reach it. And don't let your opponent hit the ball where you can't reach it.